Yeah, because what is songs but not poetry with music behind it?
Mm-hmm.
And a big inspiration was Bob Dylan, who, born Robert Zimmerman, named himself after the Welsh poet Dylan Thomas. So poetry is a big influencer. Jim Morrison, another good influence. He was also a poet. Sometimes he wanted to be more of a poet than a musician, a rock star, and so he quit the Doors just to do that. But yeah, poetry is a big integral part of my writing. A lot of the times they're personal. It's just, what I see on a day to day, open up your social media, turn on the TV, and just going out and just seeing people on the street and whatnot, like, just out in the open. And a lot of my stories, they're about, adventure, coming home, and just hanging out with the friends, playing the music, going to the bar, just out in the open, just just basically just stories about vague situations that may or may not have happened to me specifically. Right over there is a Six Strings club, and they did open mic. They're actually doing open mics again. But back when I was younger and before COVID, we would go there all the time, and I wrote a song about playing open mic at Six String. I also have another song called Down These Tracks. You can find it on my Spotify. That's about playing open mic at Lunkers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, just stuff that has happened to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I like to sing, play guitar, and harmonica. So I like the guitar as the rhythm, the bass structure. Throw in a few little licks in there, but for the most part, I just play the chord progression or the riff to a song that I wrote, and then I just let my voice or the harmonica take over.
Yeah.
And then depending on the vibe I'm getting from the crowd, I listen to a lot of jam rock, like Grateful Dead and Fish. So they get into these improv guitar solos, freeform. So when I'm getting really into it, it plays out like in my harmonica. I try to make that harmonica more intense and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And then I just cut out of it and go right into singing again once it's done, just to get the audience. So I remember I was at West Side Revitalization Project. They were having a block party, and they asked me to perform there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a family event.
Right.
And so some of the subject matter in my songs is not the most family friendly, but especially like about going out to certain places. So I mainly chose like the songs about adventure, and then covered some more family friendly kind of songs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm playing out in the street. I'll play whatever. I mean, depending on the time of night. Like I don't want to be singing about partying and whatnot when there's families walking in, when there's the college kids running around, Mm-hmm. But no, it all just depends on what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything over PG-13 as far as my repertoire goes. It's interesting because like times that I would end up busking is accidentally.
Okay.
So I'd be leaving an open mic or leaving a gig and walking home, right over there. People will stop me and it's like, "Yo, you play guitar? Can you play us something real
They
quick?"
just see your instrument and they're like, "Play for us."
I'm like, "Okay, bet." And they're like, "What's your Venmo? Or you take tips?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, bro."
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's trying to think. Yeah, interacting with the crowd that's like right there. They kind of just ask like what kind of stuff I play, and because most of the time they're not familiar with me, and they want to hear it, and so I just kind of show them my best stuff first,
Yeah.
and then they're enthralled enough to go to my next show or something.
Right.
So, first one, I was coming home from a gig down here, and right outside of Six Strings, there wasn't even any like entertainment going on in there. I don't even think it was karaoke night. There were just some college kids ending their night there, and they asked me to play some music for them, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I just played a bunch of songs for them. They kept throwing bills into my guitar case. But the biggest thing that I took away from that is like these were younger college students. And when I got home, I noticed like, oh, bunch more followers and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, so like that was rewarding because it gives me hope that folk is always going to live on.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's my genre is folk.
Yeah.
Now the less school appropriate one used to have a problem with some street preachers over there,
Okay.
doomsdayers,
Mm-hmm.
telling everybody they're going to hell for being gay and whatnot, and I just didn't sit too kindly with that. So I just went out there with my guitar and just started playing real loudly right next to them, just to drown out their noise.
Yeah.
It's hey, I have a right to assemble on this corner just as much as you.
Right. Let me add some positivity here.
And I played the song "Sympathy for the Devil" by the Rolling Stones. Yeah, so. Don't be afraid to play that first note, because even me myself, I've been playing for half my life, been performing. Yep. More times than not, you're going to feel the shakes before you go up on stage, but 9 times out of 10, that goes away right as you hit that first note. Go out, feel comfortable just playing in the streets with no particular target audience, and then if there are opportunities to go to open mics and such, take those opportunities. I remember one of my best friends, actually, James Montjoy, I met him at Emac and Bolio's, ice cream shop in Uptown Normal, now called Theo's. They used to have open mic there, and I would go there and play until I turned 21. I went to Lunkers. But that's kind of what got my foot in the door in the music scene, because I was playing in front of other people who were... Dogs don't like skateboards.
What's up, dude?
Hi, buddy.
How you feeling?
Doing all right. Just doing a little interview.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're good.
No, I just saw the frame. That's on the street for you.
There you go. Yeah, out in the street. Is that what it's called? Or hit
Language of the street.
language of the streets. There you go. Yeah, dogs don't like skateboards. But yeah, like playing in front of people, it's about who you know, and you don't get to know anybody if you're just staying inside. And I mean, still good to go into the studio and record stuff, so that way when people ask you what you play and you don't have your instrument on you, then you can send them a quick link to what you do. Take exposure lightly. If you know your worth, don't let a venue screw you over by offering you just exposure or a cut of the door, which is nothing, or like music is work, and people deserve to be reimbursed for that work. And then lastly, have fun. Like, don't worry about the audience, like, oh, is the show sold out, or because there's this one thing that I saw, like, don't expect to play for a stadium. Don't expect to play in front of a stadium, people, if you're not willing to play in front of the barista and that one person just writing their book at the cafe, or, like, just play wherever you feel right, and just consider those smaller shows as dress rehearsal or something. That's all I really got.
Yeah. And then where can they find your music?
Yes. So you can just search Dylan Karraker, Dylan space Karraker. Just search that on Google. You'll find my Spotify, my Bandcamp. You'll find I'm also on Apple Music, YouTube Music, any of your preferred streaming platforms. You'll find me there. My name is Dylan Karraker. This is Minerva. Every now and then this town starts to feel dry, so I'll pack my bag and look for a place to hide. Looking out my window, watch the fields rolling by. Once I'm underneath new skies, I feel peace of mind. Oh yeah. Alright. We've got a long way to go for tonight. We got a long way to go till we feel alright. Going down a winding road just to see where it'll lead. I wanna rest in those waves of the endless blue sea. Setting out to find myself another shade of green. I wanna know what it is like to feel free out there. Alright. We've got a long way to go for tonight. We got a long way to go till we feel alright. Oh yeah. Alright. We've got a long way to go for tonight. We got a long way to go till we feel alright. We got a long way to go before tonight. We've come a long way from home just to feel alright. Awesome, thanks for the interview, and also thank you to Brass Pig Smoke and Ale House, best barbecue in town. Check it out.